Okay, I've talked a lot about the pain and the suffering that comes with not being chosen in a romantic relationship where you really cared about this person and you tried to make it work and they still didn't choose you. If this resonates with you, this is going to be a great video for you today to do some releasing and energy healing, to receive some energy healing and to receive the help that I can give you to clear out the emotional charge and the wounds that we are holding on to when we have come out of a relationship like this. If you have not gone through this, then this isn't your video. So if you don't know me, my name's Deborah. I am a transformational healer and an intuitive coach, and I help people to release what is in the way for anyone to manifest what they would like: a healthy relationship, more wealth, better health, whatever it is. And I do it through release work, which is through the energy healing. So this is a little bit different today because we're actually going to do a session. So I want you to tune into your body, get comfortable, sit somewhere comfortably, or you can lay down if you would like. If you have been going through this painful process of feeling like maybe you weren't chosen, you weren't loved, you were replaceable, you may not feel worthy. A lot of times, not always, but a lot of times this comes from years prior where maybe in childhood you felt that way. Or even in adulthood, you might have had a great childhood and you meet someone that you think is the love of your life, and this person, breadcrumbs you and ends up being a player, someone who can't commit, and you're just like sideswiped, just what happened here, it's saying. So I'm not saying that every situation is the same. Oh, it comes from childhood. No, but it creates similar emotions and emotional charge in the nervous system. And so I know that when I'm working one on one or in groups and I'm helping people to release, I really bring people to their beingness. I help you to get to your beingness. So in this session, I want you to take a step back and take a break from the mind, even though we're going to use the mind through this, is to go into your beingness, because the beingness is your highest self. It is your God self. The beingness is perfectly perfect. The beingness is perfect health, perfect love, perfect wealth, and we ignore it. And so this is an opportunity for you to go into that beingness and to start to just welcome the thoughts and feelings that come up. Welcome the images and the sounds and the sensations, because the images, sounds, and sensations are your thoughts. And we let those thoughts run our lives. We don't even question them. But now, when you start to release, you start to take a step back and you start to question them, and you go, okay, I've been carrying these around. It makes me feel terrible. I don't like this. I'm suffering. Okay, so let's try to clear as much as we can today. So, what I was contemplating today before I was going to do this session was really tuning into the collective, and also from my experience of, you know, the mind can sometimes fool us. The mind can sometimes make us feel like we have released and we really haven't, because our nervous system is feeling something different, especially when you go out in public. So a lot of times when you feel discarded, you feel not chosen, you feel like, what's wrong with me? Why didn't they choose me? I love that person. A lot of times when you go out in public and you see what you want, maybe a relationship, someone's holding hands, they're, looks like they're happy, it can really trigger that wound. So I want you to take a step back, sit down, like I said, quietly, or lay down, and I want you to start to visualize, if it is if it's a person that you were recently involved with. It could be someone from years ago. Whatever it is that still has an emotional charge, I want you to think of that person and think of an incident that could be coming up that is where you were feeling the sense of lack, like you didn't feel seen, understood. And by the way, we all want to be seen and understood, which is love. And this person wasn't able to give this to you. So I want you to tune in and to feel, where is it in the body? Do you feel it in the heart? Do you feel the tightness in the chest? Do you feel like it's hard to breathe? You know, you could be freshly out of a relationship like this and you're feeling like the shock. And sometimes when I'm working with people, especially right out of a relationship, they are in shock and it feels like their energy is paralyzed. So for the collective of what I'm feeling, I definitely feel some paralyzed energy. And I want you to notice, just notice, whatever, welcome these feelings. Don't push them down. Don't be, oh no, all this emotion. No, allow it to come up, because the more you put the spotlight on it, the more it's able to come up and be released. So you're seeing it just like we wanted to be seen. We're actually doing this for ourselves. We're like, okay, let's acknowledge these feelings of, oh my God, the grief, the heartbreak, I had to walk away from this person, or they walked away from you. They, completely shut you out. And the heart just, you stop breathing. Okay. So whatever you're feeling, I want you to just tune into that and feel and breathe through it, taking a deep inhale and exhale, and breathe through what it is that you are experiencing, the sensations. Okay. And it's really it's an emotional charge of a sensation of heaviness, of, it may feel heavy to you. So take a deep inhale, and I want you to, again, see the images, feel the sensations. If you hear sounds, maybe you're seeing a conversation, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, wishing it were different. So many times that we go through something like this, we wish it were different and we're stuck. Okay, so I'm going to help you to release the stuckness, release that you can't move on, because you know what, that thought is what you hold on to, and that is a sound. And then it turns into a sensation, and you can move on, but you are allowing this thought to limit you to say, oh, I can't move on. Okay, so what you're doing is, and this is what one of my spiritual teachers said, which was really interesting. If you're trying to fly a plane, okay, if you're just doing it based on emotion, you're not going to be able to fly it. It's not going to work. Okay, you have to use your mind. You have to use your intelligence, your intelligence that uses the mind as an instrument. Okay, so in this, it's not that you are welcoming these feelings and you're not poo-pooing them, you're not pushing them down, but you are consciously, as beingness, releasing this thought. How do you release the thought that keeps repeating? Because if you notice, they will keep repeating, like, oh, I'm not chosen, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, and it keeps going, right? So how do you release it? Because it has such an emotional charge. So I'm helping you right now through the energy work to release the energy that's in the body. Okay, but what you do is you stay and anchor in the beingness that you are, taking a deep inhale and exhaling, and letting the energy, letting the feelings come up. See them for what they are. They're just thoughts. Okay, they're just thoughts. They're images, sounds, and sensations. So you're releasing those images, sounds, and sensations. Now, your mind may even go, yeah, but they keep coming up. Yeah, and they will. And that's okay, because the more that you anchor in the beingness that you are, okay, the more those thoughts will dissolve, because you don't pay attention to them. That's what releasing is you stop paying attention to them. Right now, you've been married to those thoughts, and you let those thoughts define you. You don't want to do that anymore. Okay, so Take a deep inhale, exhale, whatever those thoughts are, those feelings that come up, the conversations you had, or conversation, whatever, maybe the anger comes up, the resentment, what you want to do. Because also, these projections of anger, resentment block your abundance. Okay. So if you're having any issues, not only emotionally, but financially, you really want to clear these emotions. Easier said than done, I know. Okay. But sometimes, your subconscious mind needs help. Okay. So allow for these thoughts and feelings to come up. Keep allowing and let it be there. Okay. Sometimes we will drink them away, eat them away, watch Netflix or Hulu, whatever, and you don't want to do that. You want to just clear it as fast as you can. So now I'm gonna keep doing the energy healing, the releasing. Okay, so I'm tuning in even more with the collective right now. Inhale, exhale. Okay, I'm getting sensations in the solar plexus. So someone felt very powerless in this connection, like you were having to go along with this person. You could have even been married to them and you had to go along with them for whatever reason, and you are still feeling hooked into that. So I want you to unhook yourself. I'm going to help you to unhook this, pulling out the feeling like you have to stay in this. I feel like you have to stay in this connection energetically, but you don't. You have choices. Okay, but it really did a number on your stomach. Your stomach's been twisted in knots. Okay. So if this resonates, this is for you, and you can receive the energy to release. Exhale, releasing. Okay, release the um, feeling obligated to this person. You may have had children and you were doing it for them. Could have been, it may not be, but you were in obligation, and now you're like your health started to deteriorate because you were holding on and you didn't feel loved or chosen in this, and that's what made you feel like you lost yourself in the power. The power. Okay, so it's clearing right now. I can feel it. It's clearing out. Okay. Good. And so, whatever comes up while I'm doing this, just allow it to be. Okay, so saying goodbye to these feelings are very powerful, because up until now, you may have just been letting them run your emotions. And now you're taking a step back and you're saying, okay, I see them clearly, and now I can let them go and just put the spotlight on them. And I also, before we completely let go, is I want you to see, how do you feel about some of these thoughts that are coming up, and the feeling of it. Going into the feeling, what is it that you're feeling? Okay, and does it go back to any other instances where you were feeling this sense of lack, of not feeling loved or chosen? I know for me, I was definitely feeling that way as a child. We don't know what we're going through at the time, but it was very familiar when it happened again in adulthood. So allowing for that whole tendency to release. And as we're doing this, you're tuning into the abundance that you are, the beingness that you are, that will dissolve all of it. Okay, you're just showing up in the beingness, your true self. The more you focus on that true self, the more fulfilled you will feel, the more happier, peaceful, joyful, humorous. Everything will be so much lighter in life, okay, as you're doing this tuning into the beingness that you are, because the thoughts are what runs the show subconsciously, and we are letting them run our lives. And now when we start to release, we don't let that, and we let the control and the approval and security that we were seeking in that person or people, and we are tuning into the total control and approval and security that we already have within. Okay, so that's kind of deep, but now we're going to rewrite the script right now. We're going to rewrite the script. So we've released a lot of energy. I can feel it because I'm getting hotter. And with the collective, it's definitely releasing. But now we want to replace what we've released with how we want our lives to be, to rewrite the script, to write out what is it that you want, what kind of relationship do you want. Now, that was the question that somebody asked, is when you let go and release, do you even want another relationship? You know, it's you don't have to, okay? Because the more that you are into the beingness that you are, the more you will feel that complete fulfillment that you're seeking in someone else. So the more you can be secure and complete within yourself, the more a relationship will be just icing on a cake. And you won't be trying to pull something out of someone and wishing it were different and trying to get them to choose you, because you choose you. So I want you to visualize this person, the new version of you, because what we're doing here is releasing that old version, going into a new timeline, the old version. And this is also like Joe Dispenza, because it can be instant, guys. It doesn't have to take time. You can just make up your mind and use your mind for what you want, not what you don't want. So thinking only of what you want, and think of how you are as that new person that's confident, that's loving, that's not begging somebody for approval, not begging for someone to choose them, okay? And and how are you behaving? I want you to visualize, how are you behaving? Visualize, like, how are you walking? How are you talking? How are you giving to others? How are they giving to you? I mean, get specific, and you can write these qualities down too. And if you want a new partner, write down that partner, exactly how you want them to be. And sometimes even with the partner that you are with, when you change, they change. And I know some people, they don't like to hear that, or they don't believe it, but it really does happen. Not all the time, but it does. Because when you shift everyone around you, and you can harmonize your relationships, okay? So now I want you to continue to really think about this new version of you. Visualize, feel it, feel this amazing new being that you are, because you're beaming from the being that you are, okay? And I want you to keep seeing in your mind's eye this person. How does this person walk, talk, feel, be, okay? Everything. Just take a few moments and really, really see it. Good. And now that you have released what no longer is serving you or applying to you, and now you're thinking and you're rewriting the script of what you deserve. And the reason why you deserve it is because you are the beingness that already has it. So the more you anchor into that beingness, the more you will not entertain these thoughts of feeling unworthy, feeling unlovable, feeling not chosen. You will just completely be absorbed in the beingness. And the more you release, the more anchored you will get into that state that's running the show. You are the universe, okay? All right, so now I want you to just rest calmly with allowing for this new frequency, this new vibration to settle into your beingness. Because basically what we're doing is we're tuning into the beingness and we're convincing the subconscious mind of what it doesn't believe. So for a long time, you've been believing that you're not worthy or not lovable, not good enough. And now that's gone. Now you can be in this new version of you where you are receiving the goodness that you are, the love that you are, the health and the wealth that you are. Being more and more anchored in this beautiful energy. I can feel it in the collective, in the spine, anchoring more and more in this healing energy of divine light. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And I want you to go out and receive what you've just done, giving to yourself, choosing your highest self, embracing your body mind, welcoming your body mind. And the more you anchor in that love, peace, health, wealth, beingness, you will attract everything that you want and need easily. And you will be even more generous with yourself and with others. And life will no longer be coming from a sense of lack. It will be full, whole, and complete. I can feel the opening in the heart and the lungs more and more, clearing out any residual This is great. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And if this really resonated with you, you are welcome to join my community. I have activations. I have a private Facebook group and a membership. So I would love for you to join and stay tuned for more videos.